I know, and Twankane will not Facebook now, TikTok will not be happy with me, but I want to play just a bit this song. Just a bit of this song. I want to play this one. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. I can't play too much of that because if I play too much, they will mute my video. So I just start to give you that. That is our theme tonight. I mean, of course, I would have been. I'm telling you, I was down. I was down over this issue. I was downcast. I felt so bad. I think I had about 3 days when, because I've been receiving information about this case. I've been receiving information about this case, what they are doing in the background and everything. And it really put me, I felt so bad. I really felt bad. I was like, God, honestly, how do you allow, this man to continue? I mean, with the misery that he has brought to Zambians. Because look, we are not complaining about Hakainde Hichilema because we don't love Hakainde Hichilema. We are not complaining about Hakainde Hichilema because Hakainde Hichilema is stronger. We are not complaining about Hakainde Hichilema because we are bitter people. We are not complaining about Hakainde Hichilema because I'm in exile and I want to come back home. No. We are not complaining about Hakainde Hichilema because Edgar Lungu has given us money. No, it is not about all that. Why? Especially me, if I can speak for myself, why I am complaining against Hakainde Hichilema is very simple. Number one, Hakainde Hichilema has failed the country. He has failed the country economically. Hakainde Hichilema has failed the country economically. Whoever is supporting Hakainde Hichilema cannot argue with this fact. You can never argue with this fact. No matter how much you can try to argue with this fact, the evidence is right before you. It's right before you. The evidence is right before you. You don't have to, argue with anyone. You don't have to look far to see that where Edgar Lungu left things in terms of, commodity prices, okay, in terms of fuel, in terms of electricity, everything, fertilizer, name it, Hakainde Hichilema has not only doubled that, he has increased it by almost 150%. Take, for example, a bag of mealie meal. A bag of mealie meal which Edgar Lungu left at 130 highest. If you want, you can even put it to 150. If you want, you can even put it to 150. But I know that the highest you could buy a bag of mealie meal during the time of Edgar Lungu was 130 kwacha. And even HH used to go on different platforms talking about this. Unga wa dula, muli njala mu manyumba, waleta njala ndani, ni Lungu. Munyumba muli bwanji, ni njala yoka, njala. waleta njala ndani ni Lungu. A bag of mealie meal used to be the highest you could buy it was 130 kwacha. Today, a bag of mealie meal, the least you can get it, because you are talking about, oh, okay, no, whatever. The least that you can get it, even this one, umutantamina, uwakwati wama coupon. It is not the one that people are killing each other. They are stamping on each other to get it. How much is it? 230, 220, 200 and over stand to and so, which is subsidized if you like. 230. So I'm trying to be as gracious as I can be, but really the official price of mealie meal at the moment on average is 350. So if you want, you can even argue it from who are poison. If you want, you can argue it from the point of who are poison. Who are poison ni 220. Hakainde Edgar Lungu ashiro unga pali 130. So if you argue from who are poison, who are mipero who are poison, where you are dying slowly, because some of you ate that mealie meal and you think you are safe. Very soon mwalata mpokula kola, very soon mwalata mpokula ukula chita bleed mumiona. Ndemi eve mukalanji bukishi. Very soon some of you will start bleeding through your nose. You start coughing blood. Very soon some of you, because that poison which they fed you, that poison which they fed you is working in your bodies. That poison is working in your bodies. It won't be long before some of you will start breathing through what is this? Bleeding through the nose, coughing blood, and so on and so on and so forth. I don't know what other ailments you are going to be getting out of that poison, because some of you, once something happens, you know, mwalanda 1 week mwalabako ubunga wa poison na mulabako, but ndemi yeboko bati ilia poison ilia iya ipe mbwe shingi, including imbwa yandi. Ine have got a dog that died out of that poison. And this I have got even evidence. My dog was treated in a hospital, a very reputable hospital, and they did a test. My dog stayed there. I think it stayed about 5 days. It died out of that poison. So if my dog, much as it's nimbwa, but it has got, you know, organs just like human beings. The only difference is that, of course, you know, the immune levels might be different, but surely, if I show you the pictures, how the dog was when it was healthy, and how, you know, how it became sick, and, you know, just became terrible until it died. If a dog, that mealie meal could do that to the dog, what about to you human beings? I am very sure, yes, we have got high resistance. And different dogs, according to what we were, you know, taught by those veterinary, whatever, even dogs, different breeds have got different resistance. But even you, human beings, there are some of you who already have got some problems in your bodies. After you took that poison, I can assure you that poison is working in you. That poison is working in you, and in no time, and some of you have even lost loved ones out of that poison. Some of you have even lost, people out of that poison. The only thing is that the difference that we have is that Muzambia, tuifuila fie. Many times, abantu bala mufupatala. Yo balwela omutwe, he had a headache, he's gone. We don't question because umutwe, it is a symptom. It is a symptom, or it is a symptom of something else that could be wrong in your body. The pain that we feel, if we feel the pain, it is not all the time that this is the pain is a symptom. When my body is cut, I feel the pain here. That pain is a signal telling my brain to say something is wrong here. And what is wrong? It is that my tissue, my skin has been cut. Blood is coming out. And therefore, I feel the pain so that I quickly attend to it. But how many times do we have people dying without explanation? And this is not about the medical doctors. I really appreciate our medical doctors very much. I really appreciate our medical doctors very much. That's why when I see some of these doctors being funny, like that doctor who is trying to be funny, I fish them out. I expose them. There is that doctor that I've been talking about. It is not about personal. It's not personal. It is about, dealing with some of these bad eggs who are among so many good people who are trying to save so many people. It is about that. There are so many people, there are so many doctors, so many healthy personnel who are giving themselves, to save the people. But we have some bad eggs that, misbehaves here and there. I'll come back to that issue at an opportune time. I'll come back to this issue at an opportune time. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that it is working in your bodies. And a number of you will die. A number of you will suffer chronic ailments which you will not understand as a result of that poison. Hakainde Ichilema brought that poison. Up to today, they have not even explained where they got that maize. Up to today, they can't tell us where they get that maize. Zambia has banned GMOs and everything. And this is why we are having this issue, of afroxin. These issues, it is as a result of, when they change the genetic makeup of some of these crops, why GMOs are not allowed in our country. It's because they change the genetics of these products. They change the genetics, they change filokuba. Eronga twalia na ifutu walikuwa tama genetics, they change ama body into anikane yeso forever. They change it. And when they change, some of us get sick, some of us we go we pone na fati, bali pona na stroke. Na mwana abantu wale pona na stroke. Vengi sana abantu wale pona na stroke. It is because of these things that Hakainde Hichilema is bringing. Hakainde Hichilema is doing things which are illegal, but just because he's in power, they are doing it anyway. They are doing it. This issue of GMO, of bringing, products which have deformed genetically, which have been manipulated. If you don't have to pera mahosi, if you have to pera finshuko, basa mkulisha mwiwantu Muzambia. If you feel chitika, and this is real, this is not a lie. These things are happening right now as we speak in our country. And it is because of President Hakainde Hichilema, nobody else. That's why we are saying, mwele isatwa chula, Hakainde Hichilema tature mufwaya. Bitterness. Why are you so bitter against Hakainde Hichilema? I'm not bitter against Hakainde Hichilema. I'm not. Even as I'm here, I'm not bitter against Hakainde Hichilema. It is this kind of things. Wamkulisha abantu poison. ubungo bwo wasangire uwali pali 130 kwacha iwe waisaisamu ubunga bwambo okulaba 350 kumbi balesa na 400 uwo buchipire nabona mkwata poison buleipa ya bantu. You can argue with me as much as you want, but you are dying, including you praise singers, because even you praise singers mwebe nitama kwata ndalama ni momushitano ubwino ubunga bwantu anika mule mona kwata akainda nchile maremi afa kansha remi peda ifibunga fya poison muchiri mulefwa muchiri mulerwala kuli ifya Hakainde ichile mareta echo tatrefoira Hakainde ichile. It is not that we hate Hakainde Ichilema, no. It is because of the way he's leading the country. Look at Ntwanikane, look at fuel. Edgar Lungu yomlanda po, Edgar Lungu ashire fuel. Pati 17 kwacha, that is the highest. 17 kwacha. Lero fuel ni shinga. It has doubled. It has more than doubled, so to say. Mozambia. Talk about fertilizer. Nishinga. Nibanga mwala kwa nisho kulima. How many of you are going to afford to, to plant? Things are expensive. Then, even ababale fola we have already gotten our farming inputs. Hey, I'll send you a video. He never sent me a video. Wali tuma pada iwe kada ni nchole umfwa. Wali tuma I've gotten maize. We have already gotten maize. Wali tuma tawatumine. But you were busy here. No, we have gotten whatever. And I've done an investigation. People are being put in big groups. Abantu bali 40. Ama community Ntwanikane groups are fertilizer fisip. Abantu bali 40. Baba pela 6 bags. Not umuntu umo. Not umuntu umo. Abantu abali 40 baba pela 6 bags. Eyo kada yo ale tumafoni apalenje bati yo we have gotten in Ntwanikane. Problem abantu nabo ishira amafoni na imwe. Abantu abali 40 babapera amabanga yali 6 efiri mukombonyumu umumishi efiriko, and yet Hakainde Ichilema ilio tabala isapo bale bati mulefola amabaga amasaka 66 muntu omwe me I'll come and give 8 bags. You know, if you keep disturbing me, I'll just block you. I'll block you. Let me push up a chichan. Imona imwe. Ala. Let me push up a fish. If you want to push up, you don't need to greet me. Yes, I appreciate the support and whatever. But if you are calling to me, I'm phone that me push up. I don't want you to just no. I was just checking up on you. No. I'm here on social media. Finish your push up. A person there and then I want to know and then to be me push up. Kufa kunchita this book. Anyway. You must hear my points, whether you like it or not. So the point is that fertilizer, Hakainde Ichilema, ilio bale some power. Edgar Lungu ale pela amasaka 66. Eyo abantu bale fola 6 bags of fertilizer. Hakainde Ichilema in his campaign ale bati inenkala mipela 8 bags. 8 bags eyo nkala mipela. Epo Hakainde Ichilema aishida tapabo wa folapo even 6 bags iyo Edgar Lungu ale pela. Since Hakainde Ichilema came into power, nobody has gotten even 6 bags unless vakadabaleiva. But really, the people themselves, the poor people themselves who need that help, nobody has been getting 6 bags. And yet Hakainde Ichilema said, I'll be giving you 8 bags. Instead, Hakainde Ichilema comes and he gives 40 people, he gives them 6 bags. And the cadre comes on the program and says, Hakainde Ichilema is giving fertilizer. People are complaining. I've done an investigation. I've found out. People are complaining. This is Hakainde Ichilema. This is why we are saying, Tature mufuayo yumuntu. Walaila abantu atinkapela abantu mufundo. 8 bags. Waisa extend reduce number abantu bambo kulakana. Umufundo paminwe. People are counting now. 1, 2, 3, chapwa. And this is what has messed up the agriculture sector. It is not the nonsense that it tells you to say, no, drought. No. What has messed up the agriculture sector is the way they have been managing that sector. Drought, ishile unomwaka. Na muliba Arabi mwadi drought. Drought tele lo ya tampayo. It's not today. Na muliba actually what drought. That's why we had that yellow maize. Nomba Hakainde Ichilema wants to make it like, his drought is the biggest. No, as far as our memory can recall. As far as our memory can recall. It is your bad policies that has made things to go bad. And even, if we had a bumper harvest, we would have reduced the bag of meal. How? Because yes, by the fact that you have plenty of maize doesn't automatically mean that you're going to have reduced prices, because plenty as they may be, they would have been produced at a certain cost. And if you have to reduce the prices, it means that these people will be making losses. So that nonsense of telling us, no, if it was not for drought, no. You can cheat those who are indoctrinated, not those of us who are able to reason out things properly. You can't. I'm giving you the reasons why we don't want Hakainde Ichilema. It is not about me. It is not. It's not about me. It is not about Edgar Lungu even. Because some of you want to make it that, no, it's Edgar Lungu, because Edgar Lungu wants to come back. Who the hell wants Edgar Lungu to come back? Edgar Lungu is not the only one. He's not the only one. There are so many of us who want to lead Zambia. There are so many of us. So it is not about this one person. It is not about this one person. You need to understand, it is not about this one person and his family. It is not. It is about the suffering of the Zambian people. And Edgar Lungu is being favored at this point in time because Edgar Lungu has got the experience. It's this man with this experience. It's not about him and his family. That's it. No, it is about him who has got experience. That is what it is. And this man has failed, and we have learned a lesson. Putting somebody in power who doesn't really know where to touch. That's why some of us, we are humble enough to say, before I become president, before I aspire for that position, I want to be part of government. I want to work in government so that I can understand government systems. That's why I don't have unbridled ambitions. I don't have unbridled ambitions. Because I have seen, and I'm seeing with what is happening to Hakainde Ichilema. Hakainde Ichilema has no experience, had no experience. But then Hakainde Ichilema, one big thing that you forgot is that he's a capitalist. A capitalist who only thinks about money, that's all. A capitalist who only thinks about money. For him, money is number one. When you people, you are going for days without electricity. You are going for days without electricity. Hakainde Ichilema is busy exporting electricity. Hakainde Ichilema is busy exporting electricity. Right now, I'm talking, a number of you, Murimumfifi, you don't have power. A number of you, you have lost your things, fridge. You have lost businesses as a result of not having electricity. But Hakainde Ichilema, he's respecting making money at the expense of you Zambians. That is a capitalist. He has no heart for Zambian people. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have, Hakainde Ichilema doesn't have a heart He doesn't have a heart for Zambians, and I said this even before. I used to tell you Zambians, uyu muntu uyu, he doesn't have a heart. Between the two, I used to say Edgar Lungu is a lesser evil. I will still say the same thing. In everything Ndanda, I know you have been playing some of my videos, but where I'm saying no, Ninshi Edgar Lungu alebwerera, Fisha kesa mkuchita. Of course, I said it. I said it as a result of how Edgar Lungu was behaving at that point. Because we all agree that at one point Edgar Lungu ale shima, ale waya, trepunda, iwe Edgar Lungu ima, ale shima. He ended up frustrating me. I ended up being carcassed by UPND because Edgar Lungu was pulling back. Nomba Edgar Lungu has seen ubuchushi wa bena Zambia. Edgar Lungu nafyumfuikisha nomba. Nafyumfuikisha is out. He's out. I'm not running away. No. Hey, but you said this. Yes, at that point in time. At this point in time, Edgar Lungu has come out. I will know everything. And in Efondanda, what I talk about, really, if you listen to me, some of these things, really, you would actually appreciate me. I'm sure Lungu appreciates me when I was saying, Lungu, come out. Because if Lungu had come out, the nonsense of Mao Sampa wouldn't have happened. The issues of Mao Sampa wouldn't have happened. But we are here now. And now, I am telling you that Edgar Lungu is out. And our solution is Edgar Lungu. And this is true. This is true. It is not about anything. It is not Edgar Lungu tampera no rupia. Edgar Lungu tampera no rupia, because some of you think that Edgar Lungu tampera rupia. Edgar Lungu tampera no rupia. He doesn't. The man doesn't have money, and I know a number of you might even be frustrated. He doesn't have money. That man is just sitting in that house without money. Without money. Indalama bali poka. Bali poko tunkolonkolo tonse tunkolonkolo. Ama businesses are chita invest muri dari soko bati. Ili ongafuma mu state house. At least dari somo anakale pangendalama mu business. Bali kata. Iyo ngana fuma muri bu president abakashibandi bakale chitako tuma flat filia bale poka kwa marentozi tukaledia. Ama mandani kana ma flats mu alipoka ati yo shakwiba. Umwana oku alekisa ko ka restaurant ali pike nkoko no tuma rumu abantu bale lalako mu alipoka fionze. So that is the situation of Edgar Lungu. That is the situation of Edgar Lungu. So some of you that imagine that, there is money around Edgar Lungu. There is no money around Edgar Lungu. There is no money. The only thing that is there is that this man is better than this man that we have in State House. He is better. Edgar Lungu is better. Whichever way you look at it, Edgar Lungu is better. And we are able to attest to what he did when he was in power. All of us cannot compare ourselves to Edgar Lungu because we haven't been there. We haven't been tested. We might even be worse than Hakainde Hichilema, some of us. That's why I'm reluctant when you people are mentioning, hey, ngachite. Some of these people might even be worse than Hakainde Hichilema. At least Edgar Lungu we know. That's why I'm saying Edgar Lungu. It is not about hating Hakainde Hichilema. It is not. Even if you say no, because some of you say no, daddy is mouth for hire. Even if what am I going to say? We have Frank Wadi, my Robadi Pananikalipa Atshan, Finshifi program, Sunday talk. But they are recruiting some of these big talkers. Va Frank Wadi bali pa ZNBC, va Winter Kabimba bali katushinga ni pesa pada katushinga ni pa Diamond TV bali. They have unleashed them. Tabokawana alebepo ufpama soja. They have unleashed them. But the status quo, the lives of Zambians is still the same. They can talk as much as they want, but they cannot fight with the truth. They cannot beat the evidence that is before them. which is the failure of Hakainde Hichilema in terms of the economy. He has failed it. Look at money. Ama businesses, businesses. There are no people with money in Zambia today. There are no people with money in Zambia. Mulei pailana, mule abantu walirula pama 50 kwacha namba 10 kwacha. Abantu walirula pama 50 kwacha namba 10 kwacha. People don't have money in Zambia. Abantu na abasevana. Abale pango tulupia abaliko kwati bantu. Abo bale batakanya kumakoti. I don't know if you heard that testimony yaba mpoa. How they were twisting his arm. Some of these people, they are not even in courts because they have committed a crime. Some of them, they are in court because they refused to be witnesses, to be part of the schemes to fix Edgar Lungu. That's why. I mean, the testimony, there is a testimony of Mpoha, Clever Mpoha, a man that I respect so much because Clever Mpoha, really, this man built a business from nothing. He has been a business for many years. And Hakainde Hichilema comes. They go and twist him to say, no, you have to be a witness against whoever. Mali siyeka yeka. Akana uyo mamtakanya kumakoti. Turefimfwa. Some of these cases, look at Fred Sonyamba. Fred Sonyamba, I mean, is a sacrificial lamb. What has he done? The man has done his job, but anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that people who are supposed to be making money, people who are supposed to be creating jobs in Zambia, Barikumakoti. Hakainde Hichilema, to pay people, we have got people that supplied things to government, years ago, 4 years, 5 years ago, they are not being paid. Because Hakainde Hichilema is saying, no, niwa PF, niwa brulu wako Edgar Lungu. We cannot pay them. No, if we pay them, they will take money into PF. This is the reality that we are living in. You may not like me. You may want to save Hakainde Hichilema's skin, but this evidence is before you. This is why we are saying we don't want Hakainde Hichilema. But instead of Hakainde Hichilema saying, okay, Ababantu, they are complaining about me. They are saying I'm not doing this, I'm not doing. Instead of focusing on how he can sort out the economy, what does he do? He goes and puts aside the law, puts aside, a rule of law, as it were. He puts it aside. He has become the law now. Hakainde Hichilema has become the law. Right now, the constitution that you pride in, our constitution that we pride in, Hakainde Hichilema has put it aside. He has become the law. Because what Hakainde Hichilema wants is what is going to happen. If Hakainde Hichilema says, Chilufatayari must be fixed, indeed, Chilufatayari will be fixed. Some of you come out, hey, just come back, just come back. How am I going to come back? Hakainde Hichilema, who is now the law, Hakainde Hichilema, who is now the owner of the country, doesn't want me. And if I have to be there, I have to be in prison what do they say? A stray dog. I have to be confined because I'm like a stray dog, because I am stubborn in telling him the truth, in telling him what he doesn't want to hear. And he wants to put me in prison. Hakainde Hichilema is deciding Lelo Kampyongo will not sleep with his wife. The wife must be in prison, and the wife goes. Lelo, whoever, he is deciding, he has become the law. There are very few of our judicial officers who are able to carry out justice. Judicial officers, security officers, Bakapokola and whatever, they are very few. Bakapokola, I really want to thank you, Bakapokola. Bakapokola, I'm really grateful to you because I know the challenges that you're going through. And yes, some of you are communicating with me. Some of you, you do explain your situation. I'm telling you, I, as Chilufatayari, I don't hold anything against you. Of course, there are some rascals. We have got few rascals. Few rascals like Ababe Deba Musamba. He's a delinquent police officer. Musamba is a delinquent police officer. We have got Muyambango. Muyambango, you think you are untouchable. You think you are untouchable, but I can tell you, Muyambango, I can tell you, Muyambango, I can assure you, whether I live or I die, Muyambango, you will suffer for what you are doing to those police officers, to those junior officers. Muyambango, I'm telling you, you will suffer. You will suffer, not because of me, not because of whatever. Lesa alikuatenshila yakwe. Lesa ni mali yotorofo tulanda mchibemba. Muyambango, you will suffer. You will suffer because you are troubling a number of police officers, a number of junior police officers. You are abusing that position. If anything, your contract has expired. If I understand very well from what I have from administration, your contract has expired. So Hakainde Ichilema should work on that contract of yours. Let them renew it so that you are not illegal. Because you are illegal where you are. You are illegal. Hakainde Ichilema, work, rectify things. You want Muyambango to be there to be doing the nonsense. It's okay. Let him be there. But rectify this. Rectify this. But Muyambango, you will suffer. You will suffer one day, you will suffer. Therefore, no tukana ukulanda the way you are daring, mentioning, hey, if you want, you go and tell Dad. You are daring, even mentioning me in your talks. If you want to go and tell Dad, it is not about Dad. It is the people that are crying. It is not about Dad. So you think you are very powerful. Hey, if you want, you can even go and tell Dad. It is not about Dad. It is those people who are suffering. Those are children of God. Those are children of God. And lesatate mwango rishu paba na bakwe. So iwa Muyambango. Yakoma mdala. Yakoma yo. Yakoma. Yakoma kwa tiyantu bakangire kumbaula. Yakoma. They will dry up. They will dry up and you see them drying up. So, ukalaya tamba. Yale uma, and they will be painful, and you will remember that those people that you treated badly, it is coming on you. That man that you orchestrated to put in prison, Fikesa, I believe that hell is here. You do wrong things to people, it comes back to haunt you. And you, Muyambango, the sufferings that you are causing on a number of police officers will come back to you. Vamusamba, enjoy while it lasts. Enjoy while it lasts. Mukafumapo apo. Mukafumapo. Nibanga. Nibanga wotu amona. Va IG. Police IG. Nibanga. Where are they? Some of them to ale beba. Imwe, ichindikeni. Where are they? Who are they? Enjoy while it lasts and make money. Make money as much as you can, because you will go back suffering. You will be nothing. You will be nothing. It's a matter of time. Hakainde Ichilema is just using you. But I'm grateful to a number of you police officers who try to be professional, whose hands are tied. I know someone would say, no, why don't you resign? No, ngamwachita resign. Mwala di. So, be there and do what you can. So, but me, I do understand you. That's basically I want to tell you. I do understand you. So, be there, do what you can. Of course, I've got other police officers who will be clear aside because of the tribalism of Hakainde Ichilema, because of the hatred of Hakainde Ichilema. A number of people have been put aside. Today, I'm saying, you pray. Today, I am declaring a time of prayer. A time of prayer. We need to pray and fast for our country. We need, all of us, we need to go back and start praying. We need to go back and start praying. Imwe, you people who have saying Zambia is a Christian nation and whatever, I am saying seriously, on a serious note. Let us pray. Because Hakainde Ichilema alikuwa tinimpaka ile yaingira munanikane muchitere chankoko. I don't know how to say that. It's like, that wild cat that goes into what do you call, where you keep your chicken. Where you keep the chicken, that a cat, you can imagine a cat enters, where you keep those chickens and it enters there. That is how Hakainde H&M. He's powerful, he's ruthless, he's meticulous in his evil ways. He's not meticulous in saving Zambia, he's meticulous in his evil ways. And it's very difficult. He's wielding power. He's wielding power that the defenseless us can't do anything. That's why we are running away. We are becoming, refugees. Because this man is wielding power, is treating us badly. So, we are helpless. We are hopeless. We are helpless. Not hopeless. We are helpless. So what do we do when you are helpless? What do you do? When your strength fails, what do? You go back to God. And tonight, I am telling you, my brothers and sisters, let us go back to God. The only one that is going to save us is God. And we need to pray. Those judges today, they declared 10th December as a day for judgment. In my view, those judges, they gave us, God has given us time to start praying. We need to start praying from today up to that day, 10th. Let it be a time of prayer. And how good it is that we have the 18th of October coming up. 18th October, who declared it? Who declared it? It was Edgar Lungu. And Edgar Lungu alikuwa alimumatololo. Alimumatololo. It's a day of prayer that was declared not by Hakainde H&M. Hakainde H&M does not respect the 18th of October. He doesn't respect it. He says he's a church elder. But if it's of Yakwe, they are far from a church elder. They are far from somebody who knows God. Hakainde H&M only remembers God when it comes to manipulate Zambians. If he wants to manipulate Zambians, then he's a pastor. He will even sing, Kalombo Mwane, because he wants to manipulate. He uses God as an advertising tool. He uses God to manipulate Zambians. He uses God to silence Zambians. Otherwise, really, that man, how is a tamu issue? How? Now, yeah, I know there are a lot of you that, you can also judge me from to say that it's a tamu issue, but but one thing that you will never take away from me is my love for others, my compassion for others. That you will never take away from me. And that is because I know God. There is a God in me. Umuntu wa ishibalesa ala kwa tolu sikuba nankwe. Umuntu wa ishibalesa ala tuntonka nchakwaba nankwe. A person that knows God is compassionate. He feels for others. Hakainde H&M, you think Hakainde H&M feels for you. You are going with load shedding for 3 hours, for 3 days. But him is selling electricity. Can you say ala mufirolus? Mufpatara tamuli miti. Hakainde H&M goes to do corruption in Egypt. For him to make money with Sylvia Masebo. Medicine comes if you're bafileka paka subafile uma. When you are busy complaining, he organizes to siphon money out of the treasury by selling a useless farm from Zambia so that they get money. A farm which is worth 5 million, they go and sell it at 13 million to siphon money out of the country. And you are busy talking about your flats yakwa Esther Lungu. How much are those flats? Check the figures. How much? Hakainde H&M in one deal made 7 million. In one deal, $7 million. $7 million. You know what you can do with $7 million? Whilst you are busy complaining, he goes at no, dual carriageway. Where does he get the money? He gets money from pensions. And after that, he says, I need to be made to continue eating. 25 years, they will be collecting money. You don't have those kind of nonsense with Edgar Lungu. You don't have that. Why? Because they want to get that money. Mopani, hey, we are putting money. Where is the money? These are real things. These are real things. So Hakainde matakwa temitima ya bantu. It doesn't have a heart for you people. You will continue suffering. And because it's so powerful, we can't do anything. Everybody's in his pocket. We need to pray. I'm a man that believes in prayer. I'm a man that believes that God can change the status quo of any situation. God can change the status quo of any situation. And Zambians, this is a status quo that needs to be changed. And we need God to intervene. We need our God to intervene. Let us go to our knees. Let us pray. Let us fast. Let us intercede. Let all those prayer warriors wake up. I am calling upon you, all prayer warriors. This is the time to wake up. Those night prayers that you used to have, you need to get back and start praying. Start praying for our country, that God may redeem it. Our country has been invaded. Our country has been invaded. We need to pray. We need to salvage our country out of, the devil that has gotten our country. I'm not saying Hakainde is a devil, but you see, the devil works through people. The devil works through the people. And at the moment, Zambia has been overtaken by the devil. There are so many things. Of course, some of these things, I don't judge people. But really, some of these things which are happening, they should cause worry for you. If people who are supposed to be hiding from Jesus Christ, just like Jesus Christ when he met a man possessed with the demons, they said, Jesus, what have you come to do to us? What are you going to do to us? They were hiding. When Jesus met people who are possessed, they started running away. They started, begging for mercy. So people who are supposed to be running away from Zambia as a Christian nation, these are people now who are busy, just coming out. Why is it so? Why isn't the devil running away from Zambia, which is a Christian nation? Why? Why is the devil flaunting itself? The devil is just showing itself. You can see the acts of the devil in different acts that are happening in our country. So many things which are happening, things which are supposed to be hidden, but they are coming out just openly in Zambia. Why? Because the devil is ruling Zambia. It is a spiritual battle we need to fight. It is a spiritual battle we need to fight. We need to pray. Hakainde Hichilema is being used by the devil. Hakainde Hichilema is being used by the devil. And that is why you are suffering as we are suffering. Just like himself said, it is biblical. 7 years of plenty, 7 years of hunger, it is biblical. That's why we are suffering, because we chose a person that really uses God for profit. Hakainde Hichilema uses God for profit, for himself. Not for the Zambian people. Because if it was for the Zambian people, things wouldn't be as bad as they are. He's determined. He's determined, and he's stopping at nothing. This is why you see those soldiers, beating people in Mufrila. Those people, those soldiers who went out and beat the hell out of the people that were moving innocently in Mufrila. Those people, those soldiers who went out and beat the people, it is not the nonsense that they are telling you to say, no, to whatever, they were infuriated by a police officer, by a taxi driver, and then they went and whatever. Are you buying that bullshit? Sorry to say. Are you buying that nonsense? Are you buying that nonsense? That nonsense, that explanation coming out from, Tabukawana and his fellow whatever. And this nonsense of saying, don't talk about soldiers, don't talk about soldiers. Who pays the soldiers in Kutumba? Who pays the soldiers? Isn't it the citizens? Why are the soldiers there? And aren't they here for the citizens? So this nonsense of saying, don't talk about soldiers, don't talk about soldiers. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Soldiers are paid by Zambian people. Taxpayers are the ones that runs those soldiers. And they are there not because for themselves. They are there to save the Zambian people, to save the country. And if they are doing nonsense, we shouldn't talk. Don't talk about soldiers. Don't talk. They are doing nonsense. Soldiers go and beat people, and we should keep quiet. We shouldn't talk about it. Don't talk about soldiers. That is the fear they instill in people. When they want to do wrong things, they first silence you. That is why freedom of expression is like number one right. Freedom of expression is number one right. Is number one right. And we start it even when we are in the womb of our mother. A child starts communicating. It kicks. When it's happy, it kicks. We start communicating. When we are born, we have to communicate. And when you have a dictator who wants to suppress people, they take away your rights to talk. Dictators hate social media. They hate so much social media because social media, people can express themselves. Good leaders like social media because social media is exposing them, it's showing them. People like Donald Trump, because they are doing this and that, they like social media. Those people who are doing good, they like social media. Hakainde, when he was in opposition, he liked social media because social media was selling him. Now that he's in power, we are using the same social media to criticize him, and he now hates social media. He wants to ban social media. He wants to cripple social media. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Hey, Daddy. Hey, ulalandikisha. Hey, akanwa kobe. Yes, I talk. I'm talking about real issues. Why do you say you talk? Tell me this which you said is not true. Tell me this. Challenge me on the things that I talk about. Don't insult me. Don't insult my wife because I've spoken on social media. No. Hakainde Ichirema wants to make sure that he grips the people, the Zambian people, with fear. Dictators, bullies, they instill fear in people. You start fearing them. That's what they want. Hakainde Ichirema wants you to fear him. That's why he told you, Hakainde Ichirema, is it a coincidence that Hakainde Ichirema said, if the police fails, I'll use soldiers. If the police fails, I'll use soldiers. Next, we are seeing soldiers on the streets beating about people, innocent people, beating them. Meanwhile, we have got Concord busy trying to eliminate Edgar Lungu. And he has seen, they have seen, they know from their intelligence, from what you people say on this program, they know that Hakainde Ichirema is not popular. So they were scared that if, Edgar Lungu is declared ineligible, they know that people might rise. So what do? Is to instill fear. Those soldiers went out to beat about the people. It was about instilling fear in you. If you riot, if you demonstrate, you will have soldiers to deal with. You will have soldiers to deal with. That was a ploy. The ploy was to give you a shock, an example, showcasing what bad, what pain soldiers can inflict on you. That's why they even came to my house. That's why it is trying to infuse fear in you people. Those soldiers did. It is not about what they are talking about. No, hey, taxi driver with whatever can cause the entire city to be beaten. So many people were beaten. So many people were beaten. That was a UPND orchestrated activity to instill fear in you. Mumweneko. You see what will happen to you. That is what they did in Mufrila. It was about instilling fear in you. Not how many times do soldiers engage in fights? Tell me, how many soldiers have been beaten in Mabaz? How many soldiers have been beaten in Mabaz? How many soldiers have been beaten by their wives? How many soldiers, have been slapped? How many? Tell me, how many? Number, recruit you monangu babidi. Entering in an altercation with a taxi driver or with whoever can cause a battalion of soldiers into the community. You think that is making sense? Tell me, how many soldiers have been beaten point blank? How many? In public, do we see soldiers going out to beat the entire community? Do you see that? Does that make sense to you? Tell me, does that make sense to you? Soldiers are beaten. Iule. Soldier aliye ule talipile. Andi ule liayimana. Ule pono kampaka fe umpere ndara mashandi. Tetunda lokwa buloku mpere ndara mashandi. This is very common. Some of us, we grew up in areas where, it was a compound of soldiers. When I was commando unit kuli. Naleka munanikane mulia mukaloko muli. Mulia mukaloko ama soja bale isa mkulina mukaloko. Vale valopola iule. Komando afuma mulia aisa lala muiule. Ulichelo akano kulipira. Iule liafuma. Ndeku umalero na komando ulepwa. They were being beaten so. They never went and come back with their friends to beat up the whole community. Bala Congole ndarama masoja bala Congole ndarama. Taulipile ndefu ndarama shanti. Bamuma pankongole. Bala woma umukashi bala woma. Ama soldier bala a lot of bad things happen to soldiers. Why don't the entire whatever come out to beat people? Why don't they do that? So what nonsense is that you are talking about to say no, they have an altercation and we are telling the public not to be taunting recruits? Where do you see that? Where do you see that? Where do you see abantu omusoja le pitirafi nangu recruiter le pitirafi? You start saying things. Where do you see that? It doesn't happen like that. But Tabukawana, government is justifying that because it was their project, and their project was to instill fear in you. Look at what soldiers can do to you. And okay, fine, even if that was the case, is that an action that you can justify? Yeah. So is that an action that you can justify in any way? Because the government is justifying it. That no, you provoked them. That's why they went and beat everybody. Surely, is that justifiable? The violence that they inflicted on the innocent citizens, is that justifiable? Is that discipline, honestly? And you're saying, no, niba recruit nikuisa. Nikuisa recruit wa mwenso. Recruit wants to be a recruit. He wants to become a soldier. He wants to become a soldier. Recruit is at his best behavior. But recruit, they are at their best behavior. They operate like robots. They only act according to the instructions that they are given. By recruit, they cannot decide on their own. By recruit cannot. And for goodness sake, our soldiers are disciplined, that's for sure. Our soldiers are disciplined. Our soldiers are disciplined. We don't see that kind of nonsense. No. This is not Congo where you have soldiers who are in discipline who can do anything. Zambia is not Congo. Zambia is not Congo. Those are soldiers who were instructed to go and do that. And my thinking, they were only instructed to do that because they knew Monday is coming. And they have been very apprehensive. They were very scared. That's why even Nakachinda was arrested. They were scared that, something is cooking around. That's why Lucas, member of parliament for Nakonde, was being searched and harassed. They are harassing people around. And they had to showcase that. They had to instill fear in you. This is This is how powerful Hakainde Hichilema has become. And in such a situation where innocent citizens have to face, soldiers, have to face police officers with guns. We don't have guns. We don't have guns. We are not trained. What do we have? Prayer. That's what we have. Prayer. We have prayer. Let us pray that this Pharaoh that is in State House will come out. We need to pray because God is above everyone. He can be bigger to all of us. He can be bigger even than Edgar Lungu, but God is there. So that is about those soldiers. Don't buy that nonsense of saying, no, they were provoked. We have so many soldiers who are provoked, beaten, and the West is done to soldiers. Well, the West is done. Even remember, for example, do you remember that there was a ZAF officer that was killed by police? They beat him to pulp. They beat him. Why didn't we see those military people going out to beat innocent citizens? So many things do happen. Why don't they come out? Why it happened there? And look, imagine they beat up a member of parliament. They beat up a member of parliament. If they can beat up because surely a member of parliament, they see a member of parliament trying to stop, they beat him. How come they beat up a member of parliament? How come they beat up a member of parliament? And then you tell me, they beat up a member of parliament, and you tell me that the district commissioner is the one that came and stopped them. Who is the district commissioner? Because they were beating everyone. They beat up a member of parliament. Why didn't they beat the commissioner, the district commissioner? Why? You are even putting it in a statement to say the commissioner came in and the commander whatever came in. Why didn't they beat them? Why didn't they beat them also? Because they beat up a member of parliament. They were beating everyone. Why didn't they beat them also those? Why didn't they beat them? Why didn't they beat that commissioner? Who is a commissioner? Who is a commissioner? Abama commissioner bako Hakainde Hichilema babenda na mapatapata. But district commissioner bali ile kwa lichiruba. Elo bachindeme not abashimba ntwanikana. Aba district commissioner na munga ndamule menefiani. Why didn't they beat that district commissioner? Why didn't they? They beat up a member of parliament who is elected by a number of people. They beat him up. They destroy his vehicle. And you want to tell me to say, no, they were provoked. They wanted to instill fear in you. But I want to tell you, pray. And for you soldiers, good soldiers, I know our men in uniform are very good. I know our men in uniform are very good. I am telling you that let's preserve our country. Let's preserve our country. You are there to save the Zambian people, to save Zambia. Please save the people, save our country. Hakainde Hichilema does not own Zambia. Hakainde Hichilema will not live forever. He's mortal. He's not immortal. Now we know akafwa. Now we know you have an end. But the country needs to go on. Our new generation needs to carry on. If we are going to destroy our country because of one man, one mortal man, then we are not being fair to the generations to come. Let us preserve our country. So that's why they did all that nonsense. It's not about what they were telling you. It's not about that. And they are doing so many things. So many things. One of the other things that they are doing, which you have to know, it's these constitutional amendments. But Hakainde Hichilema, they are determined they want to do these constitutional amendments. That's why you are saying, no, we can deal with the uncontentious issues and whatever. Don't agree to change anything. Don't agree to change anything, because that a constitution is like it's locked. Okay? And once you unlock it, so many things can be changed. Other things can be changed. They will cheat you. They will cheat you to say, no, just open the lock. We are just going to change this and that and that. And you look at it to say, yes, it's true. Because the fact is that there are some things that we need to change in our constitution. No doubt about it. We all agree. There are clauses that need to be changed in our constitution. Agreed. But if we have to change some of those things, we have to make sure that the process is immune from manipulation. We have to make sure that the process is super proof. Because if we are going to open it, the moment we will agree to change this one and that one, they will extend because you have already opened. It's like you are in the house. You are in a house. And then they tell you, tatwamivile, trefa fe tufumieko fentuanikane, muri nsoka mungandomu, trefa fe tufumie nsoka. Na mwingire nsoka. Trefa fe tufumie fe nsoka chapo, ingatofumie fe nsoka tualaya. You would be foolish to open your house. You would be foolish to open your house. You would rather deal with that snake. Mwewe ne munganda mudia without bakabwala looking ground. You would rather sort out with the mess that is there than allowing Bakabwala to enter your house. If we are going to allow Hakainde Hichilema, if he's going to, trick us like a snake, no, let's just change this. I'm telling you, the moment we open that, it will expose us completely. Our constitution will be changed. Hakainde Hichilema, we know what he wants. I've been singing about this. We know Hakainde Hichilema doesn't want the issue of running mate. He wants to remove it. We know that Hakainde Hichilema wants to remove first past the post. Okay? He wants the 50% plus 1. He wants to remove it. He wants to first past the post so that Nangwetama votes he can go through. We know that Hakainde Hichilema wants to change the term limit of a president. That's why he talks about it. No, we can have so many years, 7 years, 8 years. Because Hakainde Hichilema, that's what he wants. He said 7. But now when he was talking in parliament, he even goes to 8. Hakainde Hichilema wants to change that. We know that Hakainde Hichilema, there is other things that he wants to do. To really preserve himself, protect himself, to make sure that he prolongs his power. That's what these constitutional amendments they want to do. It's all about prolonging Hakainde Hichilema's stay in power. Dictatorship. That's what he wants. That's what he wants. So let us not be fooled by these constitutional amendments that they are proposing. And you have seen, look at the people who are talking, the chief UPND cadres. We have Vaneri Muti as the Speaker of National Assembly coming up. No, we can just deal with uncontentious issues. These are UPND cadres. Then you have this woman at ECZ, Mwangala Zalomes. She's also a UPND cadre. And she has even appointed an electoral reforms committee, which is illegal. That electoral reforms committee, she has no powers to establish that committee that she has established. She has no powers. But they have done something illegal, and I've even seen they have sent invitations that they will be going around receiving public submissions. An illegal entity. An illegal entity. That is an illegal entity. And why deal with these electoral reforms? These electoral reforms, they are all aimed at making sure that Hakainde Hichilema stays in power. They are not reforming the electoral process for the country. It is for them to stay in power longer. It's to keep Hakainde Hichilema there. That's why they are doing these things. And they have no regard for the law. Because Hakainde Hichilema is the law. As long as Hakainde Hichilema wants it, it's okay. So they want to change the constitution. They want to change the way we vote so that it is easy for them to manipulate. It is easy for them to manipulate. That's why they're doing it. They are doing all these things for Hakainde Hichilema to stay in power. Hakainde Hichilema is a dictator who doesn't want to leave Zambia. He wants to stay there for, first of all, because he loves money. Hakainde Hichilema namona Zambia is Nikantemba to make money. For him is to make money. He doesn't care about you people. He doesn't. He cares for himself. Hakainde Hichilema wants to stay in power at all costs because he's also scared for the things that he has done. Hakainde Hichilema is very scared. He knows that if he goes out, he will be in problems. So he wants to stay there. All these people, they want to stay there. It is just a group of people. There are very few people who are holding us to ransom. JCC, they are intimidating judges. How many are they? It is just a few countable, 5 people. 5 people. They are terrorizing the entire judiciary. Only 5 cadres. 5 cadres. JCC. They are terrorizing the entire judiciary. Big judges, brilliant judges who have been there for so many years. They are being terrorized by only 5 people. This is Hakainde Hichilema. We have never had it this way. You used to complain about Edgar Lungu. We have never had it this way. Even if Hakaunda Tina, but we never had this kind of situation. We never had this kind of situation. And with all these things, he says, no, I want to stay. He sees Edgar Lungu as a threat. That's why this eligibility case is there. This eligibility case is there not for anything, but simply to bar Edgar Chagwa-Lungu. That's all. It is all about barring Edgar Chagwa-Lungu. And you can see the conduct. Look at the conduct of everybody that is involved. They are so arrogant. They are so arrogant. I was not in court, but my people were there. And they kept on texting me of what was happening in court. It is embarrassing how those judges were busy conniving before people. You could see that they didn't have their own mind, because at every point they were busy whispering to each other. At every point they would congregate. Every turn and twist they would congregate. And when they congregate, they whisper in each whatever. They take a paper, sign. When do we see that in court? When do we see that? Because imagine we have seven judges, and right there and then, Sangwa wants to argue his case. They say, no, we don't want you. And they start consulting amongst themselves. And they agree to say, no, Sangwa should go. And immediately they take out a paper to sign. Sign. Imagine there is one judge who does not agree. Do you think it is easy before everybody there? Now we should look at shushu, whatever. Kutuwakana. You can already see that's why they removed those that they felt that these are difficult to convince. Because people like Anistad, those are seasoned judges. They are brilliant people. They don't just agree to anything. That's why they had to remove them. People like Mungeni, a very credible woman. That's why they had to remove them. Because of what they wanted to do, you can clearly see that they are all working together to achieve what they want. They are all working together. Shirini has no whatever, no regard whatsoever, no kwata kwensoni. I mean, that man is a business associate of Hakainde Hichilema. It is very clear. That's why he was even rewarded to be the deputy president. And that woman, for the things that she was doing for Hakainde Hichilema, that's why she's the president of the Concord. The whole thing, you can see the arrogance, the way they are doing everything. They are determined to remove Edgar Chagwa-Lungu. This eligibility case has already been decided. It has already been decided. And they would have given the judgment today. They would have given the judgment. Today, Hakainde Hichilema wanted them to give a judgment today. But you know what? Somebody said, no. Let's not deliver the judgment there and then. Let's first allow, the country to calm down. What they want, that's what they want. They have put the judgment, they have suspended the judgment so that they can put the pressure down. They know that the pressure is high. That's why you saw 1,500 police officers. 1,500 police officers were deployed today. 1,500 police officers. I saw the operation order. So I'm not just talking about a figure from nowhere. I saw the operation order that was signed. Operation order. I saw 2 million was released for today, just 2 million. And of that 2 million, I don't know whatever recruiting about the poshinga. Imagine 2 million was released, but I know whatever recruiting about the poshinga. And therefore, you can imagine, Bami Fumia, and they get a lot of money. A lot of it goes into Muyambango's pocket and the other senior police officers, Avena Musamba and whatever. Imweba ichimweba chira utao kamule piana kasuba shan. Bale mpirama tu kwacha. That is the Zambia we have. 1,500. They deployed that because they are scared that, something might happen. People might rise up. And that's why they didn't give a judgment today. The judgment has already been set. The judgment has been set according to Hakainde Hichilema. Akekala pesa. Efira mumfuata akekala pesa. Imingala toshakwa Hakainde Hichilema. Imingala toshakwa Hakainde Hichilema. This is eligibility. He has decided. Edgar Lungu must not be on the ballot. But I want to tell you tonight that this is God working. They would have finished this job today, but they couldn't finish it. Why? Because God is on the throne. Because God is working. And they have given us this time between today and the 10th of October or 10th of December. It is time for us to pray. It is time for God to do his work. God held them. God held them. But between now and 10th December, I am telling you, my brothers and sisters, that this, what Hakainde Hichilema has decided, is not in the interest of the Zambian people. Even if you don't like Hakainde Hichilema, Edgar Lungu, it doesn't mean that he should be barred from an election. Let him be on the ballot. And those who don't want him, let them not vote for him. Let them not vote for him. That is our democracy. Let me be on the ballot. Those who want me, let them vote for me. Nangwali batatu. Even if it is just my family members. Give them the chance to vote for me. And those who don't want, let them vote for whoever they want. Let them vote for whoever they want. That is our democracy. But Hakainde Hichilema wants to eliminate Edgar Lungu. He wants to have an easy ride. But God has intervened. Today, my brothers and sisters, look at my face. Look at my face. It is not a sad face. Because I was down. For 3 days I was down. But really God spoke to me the other day to say, I'm here. I'm here. Why are you complaining? I am here. Today I thought they would deliver the judgment. Today I thought they would deliver the judgment. That's why they prepared all those police officers you are seeing. But you see, God intervened. He said, no. Wait. And now we have to pray. We have to pray, and we need to deliver a message to those judges that what you want to do is of man. What you want to do is of man. What you want to do is for Hakainde Hichilema. Hakainde Hichilema is not your God. Hakainde Hichilema does not own the Zambian people. Let's deliver that message. But more importantly, let's pray. And very importantly, we even have a day of national prayer in between. We have a day of national prayer in between. That day is not a day for Hakainde Ichilema. Hakainde Ichilema doesn't go for prayers. This time around, let us make sure that we go and pray. We pray for our country. We pray for Edgar Lungu. We pray for all our leaders, including Hakainde Ichilema. We need to pray for him. He's our brother. He's our brother. We need to pray for him. We need to pray for him. We may not agree with his bad policies and everything, but we need to pray for him. So we have the 18th of October coming in a time when we are not sure. When we are not sure. When we are like in a desert. When we are like in a desert. We are in a desert. That's where we are. We are in limbo. We have a day of national prayer. Can we go out there and pray? Even if Hakainde Ichilema will be there, go there and pray. This time, this year, I am urging, especially you, Washima people, you pastors, you men of God, encourage people this year to go in numbers and pray. Even if Hakainde Ichilema is there, go there and offer your prayers in your heart. Hakainde Ichilema will be there. Pray for our country. Pray for Edgar Lungu. Pray for HH. We have this day of national prayer. God has put it, has suspended the judgment so that we can all gather up and pray. We can gather up and pray. We are in a time of prayer and fasting. And it was declared today. Today, a judgment would have been given, but it was not given because God is summoning us to prayer. So many bad things are happening in Zambia. You all agree with me. So many bad things, things that we have not seen in the past. They are happening in Zambia. Why are they happening? The devil has beset our country. The devil has beset our country. The devil is using some of our leaders to do terrible things in our country. We need to pray. It is a time of prayer. It is a time of prayer. And for me, I am a happy person because I know that no matter what, God will deliver Zambia. No matter what, God will deliver Zambia. Even some of you who laugh at me, no, hey, you are outside, whatever. No. God is with me. God is with me. If you haven't seen God's grace, this is God's grace. Look where I am. Look where I am. I can take you around. I can take you around. Some of you thought, when you thought that, no, Daddy has gone to South Africa, he will be gotten, he will be brought back. That's what you were thinking, isn't it? That's what you were thinking. That's what you were saying. That's what you were writing on social media. I went to South Africa. And from there, I've moved around the world. I've moved around the world. I've moved around the world. I've moved a number of countries. I've never suffered one day. I've never gone without eating one day. God looks after me. God looks, it is God's grace. When God is doing something, this is what happens. I never thought I would be in this country. I never thought I never thought I would be in this country. Some of you will never even move. You won't even manage to go to Zaire. But God is there. I am basically testifying what the Lord has done. What the Lord has done. That's what basically I'm testifying. And I'm saying, if God has done all these things, there is no way He's going to fail us in Zambia, with the Zambian situation. Zambia is not okay at the moment. Zambia is bleeding. Zambian people are suffering. They are eating poison. They are going in darkness. They are failing to move. They are not eating. As Hakainde Ichilema said, no one is going to go hungry. Instead, Zambian people are going hungry. Terrible things are happening in our country. We have people who are killing themselves, every now and then. We have people disappearing. Look at these things. Today, many times now, per social media, it has become, have you seen that it has become almost, normal to see missing person, missing person, missing person, 3 days later, found dead. Missing person, 3 days later, found dead. Haven't you seen these things? Haven't you seen these things? 3 days, no, missing person, missing person. Next thing, oh, has been found dead. Oh, has been found dead. Surely, can you tell me that that is how a country should be? Imwe, munekara 4 days, do you think that is normal? I mean, for goodness sake, I do appreciate transgender. I do understand transgender from a point of view that it's not natural. But where do you get people, being proud to dress up like a woman? I mean, I understand you may have this situation, but where do you get people now excited to dress up like a woman? These are some of the things. I mean, I do understand transgender, but the question is, how, even America and everything, how do all of a sudden Umuntu becomes proud to dress like a woman? I mean, you may have that sexual orientation. I do understand. There are so many things that are happening wrong. I mean, these underground sects, like Mason, I mean, these are people everywhere. They do some of these things underground. But in Zambia now, they are even coming out. Come on, what's going on with our country? What's going on with our country? May God deliver us. May God deliver us. We need God. We need to pray. Let us pray. And for those churches, let us remind them that what the responsibility they have is for the people of God, not for Hakainde Ichilema. I'm opening phone lines. You can call in. Naranda-san. I'm opening phone lines so you can call in and give your whatever. Not at Indemi Posha Coffee. Call in and give your thoughts. When Jesus say yes, nobody can say no. 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 I'm not worried about a thing. Hello? Hello?
Mwawambashani.
Muna shali muna.
Awe ili mule randa ile kose charo. Tulimu wafya. Then nde posha pochimwe chintu. Start ishine yabo ni ba banani aba Venon Mwanga.
Eba Venon Mwanga. Balaba kalamba bati.
Afide bali chitami siridi charo kwati abanawa abati ba Nevas Mumba. I overheard him saying that we don't have option but to vote in the UPND, which is a non-starter. Because when Nababo Mfida Kolusi Mwana wale womba ku foreign service, number bali chitami siridi. Even him, he was a chief unani kane manipulator when it comes to Ifyama elections. And Zambia, we don't need such people. Ale ikala fe kufamu ngokwini ale tu shacha kono tula misread it charo. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Mwabomberi kwa mkae milimo wa chacha.
Mkae mwabomberi.
Mkae. Wetu wachiturande kwa mwandilimi. Wasa mwatata wera fiafura. Nefyo mune bomba na fiafura. Kairi aba sitting president. Barefo kuratukanya kwa Zambia nukura randa pa social media. Empire. So turande pona iko. Pantri yabari kuchingora baba brokere. Katushinga ni ba polisi ngani wana na ero bari pasade ko bapitire pa mutenge. Twane mona pa social media patirero. Mzambe barefo bari tukanya. Then exactly for topic. Kuya kuidia straight. Our judges now are now monoquati is a straightforward. Now what are 10 December? But they don't Trump apite. Kaidi na vesho kwa takesha isa kusere mon 2026 ya Edgar. So vesaka mana pari to sabatora 10 December. But Trump was support the Lungu. So varo vesha kwa ikentrole la my election ya kwa America. Ya pite. Then to Karodinge. Nangubare batinya majudges nabeshwa efeba Karoding. Atotera batari bo legani barunde kona bandi.
Mkwae. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, President.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, okay. Good day. I just need clarification. Yeah. Case of Lungu, it was dealt with maybe at least 2 or 3 or 4 times, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, now the issue is it was dealt, let's say for the first time when it was dealt with, why did the court allow it to happen to come again time, second and third time? Because if they say they pass a ruling, a judgment. Come again?
Yeah. Okay. So first time they ruled on it, then it came again. They ruled on it. Then it comes. They ruled again. I mean, the court has no alternative when you bring a case to court. I mean, they will entertain you. It is your right. It is your right. So they have been entertaining it because it is the right of citizens to bring anything before court. But the issue is, do the facts change? The facts, if the facts haven't changed, I mean, it remains, the judgment would not be different. The court can, if you want, you can file the same case 100 times, even 1,000 times. But if the facts remain the same, there is no way the judgment will change if justice is being saved. Judgment will only change if facts change or you are not dispensing justice.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, yes.
That's for my how are you?
Fine, Mkosa. You are okay?
I'm very much okay.
Are you going to pray on the 18th of October? Are you going for prayers?
I always pray, almost especially in Saturdays. I do go to church.
But we have a national prayer on the 18th of October. National prayers where we pray for our country. So this time around, we are going to have an 18th October. Are you going to pray for Zambia also?
Yes, I'm going to pray for Zambia.
Good. Go ahead, my brother.
Yes, mine is just about the submissions that were made by our Land Council, where he told the court to say this matter was ruled. The court gave rulings 3 times on the same matter, saying Edgar Lungu was eligible. I was very disappointed, comrade, because as much as I remember, there is no ruling that said Edgar Lungu was eligible to stand in 2021. That's why the court allowed the same matter to go into the same court more than one time, because questions that were being taken to court were different, and even the rulings were different. Even this time, Even the last one, haven't done pray. The court did not rule to say Edgar Lungu was a reject. There is no court in Zambia or world over that pronounced itself to say Edgar Lungu was a reject. Even on 10th December, there is no court that will declare itself that Edgar Lungu is a reject. Because what we know is that the man was sworn in twice and he served 2 terms. That's what we know. But Edgar Lungu came into power using the old constitution, not this one. That's what we need to understand here. So what we are saying here as Zambians, let us not use our feelings. Let us use the laws that we have as Zambians. These are the laws that we have put in place to govern ourselves. Let us not say because we want to Edgar Lungu, because Edgar Lungu is my tribeman, or is my brother, or is my fellow Zambian. So even if the law does not allow him to stand, then he must be on the ballot. I think she could be very chipangai. Why do we have the laws? It will be an animal farm where everybody chikongase kuti ndava nemukonda tayari nemuzanga, so ndiye kufunika kungara hapo pacha. I think this is the submission that I had this evening, comrade.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Hello?
I think this is the submission that I had.
Hello?
Hello, good evening, Mr. Tali.
Good evening.
I understand Zambia is a democratic country and people are free to express their views. But abantu abapala kwati benda mkosa nabo. Please, Vamkosa, mwabako patriotic. Are you sure you have the audacity to phone and tell us that ruling was not there? Never passing a ruling by ECL. Vamkosa. Nangumunguru yawe, sorry to say this. Fue bantu tule chula and your so-called president, HH, is even gagging us and wants to block ECL, and you have the audacity to call and mislead people and say this case tapadikoya unfuika, they did not even pass a ruling. Because the finish mwasambirira imwe to come and tell the learned lawyers to say this case was not adjudicated upon. Sorry, Mr. Tali, but let me address this man. Ngabami pela ma 100 kwata ya kutuma kuma phone in programs. Mule shitako fyo mwashitako ba pamela kunganda than calling people mule tukalifia. Bamkosa mule shitako fyo hunga panganda 100 kwata mwasonka than making a fool of yourself and calling and telling us irrelevant things. HH must go. Twachula pafula. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello?
Sorry, Mr. Tali, but let me address this man.
Hello?
Mwabumbashani bachufya.
I'm quite wombeni.
I'm quite. Anyway, I just want to say that we need people like Ibamukosa so that they can expose themselves how hatred has spread. Yeah? It's okay. He can keep on coming really to expose his hatred. Yeah, because as Zambians, we are not stupid. Now, I just want to speak with his boss, YHH. YHH, these soldiers that you have brought to people to start beating them in other provinces like Copper Belt, let these soldiers begin beating people in Southern or Zambezi region. Huh? This is what I want to say. And also, I just want to agree with you, Chirufia, that for real, the devil has been using YHH. Devil is the project of YHH because the evidence that I can say is that there is no true elder in the church who can be involved in adoption like the cases of JJJ. And also, a true elder cannot be involved himself in stealing the biggest opposition leader as PF. A true leader cannot involve himself in stealing, but also insulting people in public. The hatred that has been exposed by FE or Lungu. And the true leader, the true elder in the church cannot involve himself, start teaching, lying people in the name of as a elder. It's not possible. But the last point I just want to say, by age, the only thing that you can say, looking at your age, you have to repeat what you have to repent of what you have been doing, because your death will be so painful.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Tayani.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
I am very excited today. I was saying this adjournment, there's something that God is saying. And when you talked about the way you put it, I didn't see it that way, but you're so right. There's something that God wants us to do, to pray before they make that that ruling. I didn't want to call today, but then that comrade has made me call because he has upset me. He cannot come here and begin to act so clever as though everybody, starting from John Sangwa, Makebi Zulu, all of these, don't know what they are doing when they are doing the work that they are doing. That comradeship is a Dudumweze type of comradeship. And he must make a program and have all these followers from Dudumweze to listen to him. We don't want that kind of nonsense.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Hello? Mkhama Bombeni.
I'm sure echo ndofo okulanda kubatayali kyakweba okuba ti ffe mwalanda twawunfa era mwalanda efintu ebikulu efingi ukweta amenso n'amatwi mu kyalo kyaza amushuwa nabona era wawunfwa batayali ekyalo kyazamba kiri mu nfiifi Zambia tayiri mu minwe isuma batayali inendebukisha mu 1991 ba village president Chiro. But they declared Zambia as a Christian nation. God honored that thing. That declaration, God honored it. So if you watch the call for our prayers, we have to pray as Zambians. Otherwise, we are not in safe hands. If into Fidetica Batari Mumlanti, the Fiare Tika Futre, I'm abductions every day, every minute, every hour, every second. How? I want to know what you pay. I don't know do watching a moment. I've been asking myself, I don't know what about that. Whatever I go here, goes to town, I goes to Ramperecom team. Yes, then go Panato. But you shall not do Malaboku, who cannot go to once walk when you pay, but it's something why? There is an evil spirit in Zambia which is we need to pray Zambians, Skatwime to pay. Ichalo tachiri ni safe ones. Elo chimbi ba tayari chonde foklanta. Kudidi ashi elo nde foklanta towards ba never smuba. Na comforted ashi kwa ba never smuba ba lesu ba repose. How true is this story?
because tuishiba kwachi twaishiba kuti vanevasi nevashimapepo nomberi ashiri we want vanevasi ave nokuirandira because we respect him as a man of God. Opo ningaperera kuerero. I'm so touched. Nikufowisana ke tom ukulira ke so what is happening in Zambia is not right. She's Magata,
Not there. Hello? 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 Hello?
Good evening, President Ari.
Yes, good evening. Please speak up.
Oh, yeah, okay. Good evening, President Ari.
Good evening, good evening.
Yeah, I think I just wanted to answer Brother Mukosa. Brother Mukosa, is he normal or is he what?
Well, you know what? Let me just make a bit of a comment because a number of people are talking about Mukosa. I think the best that we should do is to talk about his points, to argue his points, other than doubt his mental capacity, because that we don't know. I think let's focus on his points. What do you say? According to Mukosa, no court declared Edgar Lungu to be eligible. That is his point. What do you say?
Because the court ruled over those issues a long time ago. Again, he's saying, he is contradicting himself. Is he normal? He sounds like he is a mad person or is something as he, maybe he doesn't stay here in Zambia and he doesn't know what's happening here in Zambia. You know, Zambians are suffering. We are suffering. So I urge Mukosa to go to mental checkups.
I think
before he comes here.
Please, let's avoid the personal attacks. Please, let's avoid personal attacks. Let's try to be substantive.
Hello.
Hello.
Ni mwabomben from Kwai.
Mwabomben.
Instam Kwai. Alabata ya di file chitika kuno kumwesu kuchiwagila. Idwedi ashimulela ndapa mufurira. Bushena mwishibati mufurira ya luike tauni. Abantu oko bale ipaya nearly every day. Because of the suffering. Batayadi bashima inyimwa ufuati. Bale tuweba tina baleta ma investors kumupani. Bale itati saka panchi. Bashima ini bale fola 1,200. Ba African radio ngatabalandi repo. Ishi bashima ini takudi kufola. Batayadi as I conclude. Pasande. Na ile kuchurch kwali kosho. Ukwisa mono mwana oyo usuma bamupela amafu names yababe nabantu bachitesi yabo kuba. Na mulale show mwana. Na tibushoyu mwana ngakula because abamupele shina bale panga history. Akaba proud y'umwana. Shuwa na bule shina janji na pelo omwana ule kula. Ero ndechitesi yabo kuba. Nshodi omwana would be, that child be proud to carry my name after na jifwakale. Inshinimpanga bad history Muzambia. My appeal ni kuri ifofwebe afyashi. Ngana wishibati wajiba mufyabu kuba warite mwendala at the coast of Zambia. Please keep your names to yourselves. Mwila pela abana. Mwikabasha mbuafya. Because they will not be proud
natotera tulekutika n'okupepa tulepepa. Thank you, Atayadi.
Thank you. Mukosa, you are calling. I'm not going to pick your call. Mukosa, you know the rules of the program. The rules of the program, it's one call at a time. I've got so many people that want to call in. So I don't allow people to call again. So please, Mukosa, spare me. I know you want to react to people who are talking, talking about you. But unfortunately, you can't do it in this program. I gave you a chance. I'm not going to give you another chance. Please, Mukosa. Allow other people to come in. Allow other people to come in. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good evening, Mr. Tayali.
Good evening, good evening. Munishani wanaka.
Awe ndifyo wino, muleko sa?
Yawe, and if you know.
Okay, first of all, I will start with I think I'm even giving him points to talk about him, but all the same, I will about him for the last time. It's a waste of my energy and my time. Mr. Mukosa, my advice.
Vanik, I don't know how your mic is. You are low.
I'm talking directly. It's not on speaker.
Yeah, now it sounds better.
Okay. First of all, Mr. Mukosa, I think create your own call-in program. And I dare you to see how many callers or supporters that will follow your show. Otherwise, Mukosa, stop riding on other people's shows. Number two, it is very clear, and truth be told, Mr. Lacuna created a clip. I saw a clip that he created that Zambians have the right to call for early elections. It is their right. It's their constitutional right. So we as Zambians are asking Mr. Lacuna to call for early elections. We as Zambians are exercising our constitutional right because it's very clear 100% that Mr. Hakainde Hichilema is scared of Mr. Lungu. Because if he was not scared of Mr. Lungu, he would not harass him to this extent with all these court issues. He will just call for early elections the way Kaunda called for early elections, and let us see who will become victorious. Because, truth be told, Mr. Lacuna will be hit beyond any reasonable doubt, and he knows it. So Zambians are calling for early elections.
Indeed, I agree with
Mr.
you.
Hakainde Hichilema, you are scared of Mr. Lungu, and you are listening to this program. If you were not scared, you would not be causing all this mess surrounding Mr. Lungu. We demand that you call for early elections. Let's see who is the man between the two of you and who will come out victorious.
Thank you, thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello, vapresentari mwachoma bwanji.
Bwino muli bwanji.
Bwino. Contribution yanga Mr. President ni avachokapo vamukosa. Ngati vaziva kuti valungu sivari eligible kuimirira. Then why HH vari pacha pampando vanapokerera instrument of power kuri munhu amene senze eligible kuimirira. And why vayopa kuchita declare kuti lungu sari eligible kuimirira, vayopa chanu why sachita declare peapa, so vachita declare kuti senze eligible, then veve vanaimira bwanyi na munhu amene enze eligo, then vaita na hand over instrument of power, then vaita na appoint ministers na chief justice vari maoffices vichavonza si irigo vevachita icha wai vaipa pamene pita digireya vaembekeza chani vaembekeza chani vachite digireya kansi pamene apa vanaunse amene kuti Lungu is not allowed kuyimirira vyavonse staff nikoyimirira then tione chokonkapo ndevaive vaembekeza kuti vaende kumalasi maganizo yawo yakuyavapereka ise tionamo vinango vesingakamba pavazativerengera milandu kai ukakamba viri vonse vakuverengera milandu vanaunse next week pamene apa vakamba ati Lungu no more kuyimirira then tione tizakonkapo kana vevenishi vari irigo muja muoffice mamene variri vapresident then vanaita appoint na vantu vai vanaita appoint vantu vamene vanaimira munhu ari irigo kuyimirira paupresident napawa vanapokerera kuti munhu werisenze allowed kuyimirira paupresident why so ndiye mauyanga kuti vamukosa Mr. President vamvera nomvera vamukosa apa so vavauze vapresident vavo kuti muchite declare kuti Lungu senze eligible kuyimirira then aveve vautule mpando kai vanatenga mpando chakuti munhu amene senze eligible kuyimirira tisale soche and oro chief justice amene alipo sali allowed na kuutenga uta mpando kai na even shari eligo zikomo Mr. President
zikomo yeah, and this is the issue that John Sango was raising in court, and the judges didn't want to hear him. This is the argument that John Sango was trying to raise. Hello?
Good evening, Mr. President.
Good evening.
Yes, please. Please, thank you for the good work that you are doing.
Thank you.
We have been following, and your program is blessing a lot of people.
Thank you.
In Zambia.
Thank you.
Yeah, my submission is on the issue of eligibility. You know, to be honest, even a grade 7 will be able to articulate that issue properly. That matter has been adjudicated 3 times, if I'm not mistaken, and the judgment was passed. By law, that is a precedence. So I don't see why they want to play games. And to be honest, even if they broke ECL, they're ready to vote even short term. We are ready to vote anyone as long as that person is promising. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello. This woman.
Events that unfolded in Zambia, and then you keep quiet, you will be in the group of those coward people, which Mr. Michael Sata said the educated are the coward. I'm not part of that group, so I'm educated and I want to voice my voice.
Please.
You know, the UPND kuvamona if batontonkanya. Batontonkanya kwati if bashiri with them. We don't think that tonkanya. But we think. And then ngamwaba konka kuno sana ngamambo kushika church ise na tena church ise. You start looking what the Bible says, you will not know who is a fool between who is who. So the best is mambo kujininga nabo with the constitution. I'm very happy with the way State Council Bonaventure Chanda came out, because when you look at the way he was bringing out issues, he's using the constitution, and that's the only way we are going to deal with the UPND. Because I have a comment that I need to make to you. When you look at article, my first comment, first of all, I sent you this to you, but I don't know, you never bothered to read it and get back to me. But let me say it here. When you look at the Constitution, Article 98 and 1 and 2, what does it say about Mr. Lungu's immunity? Why are we making Mr. Lungu go to court when he is a president in 2016 and he has immunity up to now? I would give an example of Trump. Trump, most of the issues they've thought to do with them here in America because he is what? Immune. So why are we subjecting Lungu to that? If I was his lawyer, I would argue from that point to say he has immunity, remove his immunity, and then take him to court for all these things. We are troubling the man for nothing.
I'm sorry, my sister. Just a bit there. Which case are you referring to where Edgar Lungu is appearing in court? Which case?
The eligibility case.
No. That case, I just want to put things in context so that, people understand. That case, it's not Lungu who has been indicted, okay? It is not Lungu who has been indicted. It is a constitutional interpretation, not an indictment on Lungu. Lungu, at the moment, he doesn't have any case in court. Yes, it is his family members who are in court, but Lungu himself has not been indicted in court. It is a constitutional interpretation where somebody goes to court to say, can the court interpret the constitution here? Can somebody who was sworn in, in 2015 and 2016, can this person contest an election? So Lungu comes in because Lungu knows to say this is targeting me. He was not mentioned, but he comes in to defend, because if he didn't come in to defend, then they would have summarized, they would have gone to court and even maybe signed a consent and end there. So Lungu is coming in to defend a position that somebody wants the court to declare on.
Okay.
So it's not Lungu
but
indicted.
Isn't he the one who is going to court?
Yes, he's going to court as an interested party. He's going to court as an interested party. Not that if Lungu wanted, he wouldn't have even gone there. He wouldn't have even gone there if he wanted. But he went there because he knows that that case is targeting him. So that's why he went there.
But is Mr. Tayali, when you look at it, they are saying he's Chizombe or whatever you call his name, with is a first, it's a petitioner, it's a defendant. I don't know what those terms that you people call.
Yes. Then Lungu is part of the respondents. Even yourself, if you wanted, you could have added yourself there on this matter. You could have added yourself. So it's not really him. It is just an interpretation where two citizens want a court to declare itself.
Okay. Then the other stuff, the other point is the issue where they are saying that this is not the way they were trying to argue, to say this is a person who didn't win the elections. So what's the point of taking you, a person who didn't win elections, to court? Why don't you take the HH to court? Because he's the one who won the elections. Are you understanding my point?
Again, I hear you. Again, if you want, even yourself, you can take on HH on that score. If you want, you can take on HH on that score to say, since you are saying Edgar Lungu was not eligible, even your presidency is not valid. Anyone can take up that action. Anyone can take up that action.
Then, when it comes to the other issue,
Mm.
the way they were treating Mr. Lungu and those who escorted him to court, the constitution is very clear. We've got freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, and all that. So the way they treated him, it's chasing away people who were with him. Was that correct or right?
Of course, it is wrong because I mean, people are free to escort their leader just like they used to escort Hakainde Hichilema. Yeah.
Exactly, and I want to agree. The reason why Nakachinda has been kept in there because he's the only one who can speak with Lungu this, Lungu that, and whatever. So they knew he's the only one who will be the bulldozer in this whole mess. So to keep him away from there is to keep him in police cells.
Yeah.
So Nakachinda should be released.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you.
Thank you.
So somebody touched on the issue of Venon Mwanga and Nevas Mumba. On Venon Mwanga, this is what I tell you. That unfortunately we politicians, politicians never really retire. And no. Unfortunately, when you enter into politics, you remain a politician. Even in your grave, you remain a politician. So, VJ should be taken as a politician who is in support of UPND. But VJ, from the word go, he has been supporting UP, Hakainde Hichilema. So whatever he says, don't look at it from any other way other than a political cadre of the UPND. I mean, it is in his blood. But VJ, it is in his blood. To be a politician and to take a side. And it is very clear that Venon Mwanga, he is a supporter of Hakainde Hichilema. But though I look at him differently from Vanevas Mumba, because Vanevas Mumba is, is a person that needs to survive. But VJ, I think him to some extent he can survive. VJ has something. But Nevas Mumba, no, but Nevas Mumba has to survive. But Nevas Mumba ni pamala. But Nevas Mumba ni pamala. He has to survive. So today, you'll be supporting this one. Even myself, if I become president, but Nevas Mumba will be bootlicking me. Hello?
Sorry for repeating, Mr. Dad.
Oh, you called again, eh? You see, you have exposed yourself. You have exposed yourself. Thank you. The rule is one call in a program. Because if I'm going to allow this person, then I must also allow Mukosa. Because Mukosa has also been calling. He wants to to buttress his point. So it's one call in a program. One call in a program. There are so many people that want to speak. Hello?
Hello, President Tayari.
Hello, good evening, my teacher.
My teacher. Yes. How are you?
Ninkwata feedback. Ninkwata feedback. I don't know. There is a terrible feedback.
Okay, let me turn off. What about now?
Yes, now you are as clear as you used to be those days when I was just a teenager.
Many other
I can't hear you, unfortunately. I can't hear you now. Hello? Hello?
Okay, let me call back.
Yeah, okay. Hello? Hello? So, on the program because I have so many phone calls. I have so many people that want to, to also contribute. So that's why I allow only one call, in a program. Hello?
Mr. Tayari,
Yes, sir.
how are you, my brother?
I'm okay, thank you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I don't know what's up. There's a terrible feedback. Hello?
Hello, is it clear now?
Yes, it is. It is clear, yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Wow, ba President Tayali, twatotela for your work here mulebomba. Twalumba mulimo gwa mujisi mutwalirire. Musutele atishani chirozi. Muzwere pili ni musebezi omusebeza.
Aha.
Eni shangwe. So makande my comment is this. So this case, the whole burden has been put on the judiciary to decide if ECL should be on the ballot.
Yes.
And since Zambia is a democracy, I think this should not be the case because the Concord is only 12 judges and we have 20 million Zambians. So if we are to be really democratic, we should take this matter to a referendum and have the people of Zambia decide if they want ECL or not. I think all this thing of arguing, he stood for 2 times, he stood for 3 times, he was sworn in 4 times or whatever, it doesn't really matter. We have countries where there are presidents who have been in government for 30 years and delivering. They have delivered their people out of poverty. If you look at China, look at the quality of life of the Chinese. How long have the leaders been there? Dubai, those people ruling Dubai. We Zambians go to Dubai for holiday. How long has the leader been there? The question is the leader providing what he promised? Is he uplifting the people out of poverty? So to conclude, I just want to say, we Zambians, let's reach a point where we demand the government to go to a referendum and let the people choose. People are saying we want Lungu back. Because Bachula, we are experiencing, excuse me, I'm not in the country, but my family is there. They are suffering, and when my family is suffering, I'm also suffering. We are all suffering here in diaspora. I saw a comment, somebody said, these women calling, they are not in Zambia. So what? Location is not a factor. The people you are selling our land to and giving all these deals and contracts, they are not Zambians. So why are you disqualifying us from the equations as Zambians when we want to speak for our people? Some of us have been gone too long and we want to retire. But we think twice to say, that's why we speak here. We want a better Zambia and leave a better country for our children and our descendants to come. So if Zambia wants Lungu back, you cannot put that burden on 12 judges to decide. These judges will throw the country on fire should they will against the will of the people. So let's go for a referendum, and also let's look at what's happening in America. Trump has charges that is facing jail time. The judiciary there, they have not barred him from being on the ballot because the Republicans, they voted him as their candidate for 2024. So the judiciary has stepped aside to allow Donald Trump to be on the ballot. So, Imana praise singer Dundumwezi, sit down. Bushana mkwata malaiti na mkwata malaiti apatulelanda. Muri mumfiti not tori na koroboi. You know what? Let me my BP goes up because some people, they have stopped thinking and start praising. If you have we Zambians need to wake up and speak with one voice as Zambians to get out of poverty. We are fighting poverty. We are not fighting HH or ECL. And the person who's bringing hope is whom we want. Thank you, Batayali.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Hi, Mr. President. Good evening. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment about what the praise singers are saying. Saying these women who are calling in are not in Zambia. They are married to old people in the diaspora. Like, are they normal? Are they normal? In all honesty, do they think we can sit back and watch the stupid act that's happening in our country and just fold our arms because we're not there? I mean, our relatives are back home. So if it means it will take us to travel to vote for HH out of office, we're going to do it. They shouldn't behave as if Zambia doesn't belong to us. I feel like the praise singers feel so entitled to the point that they think they are the only ones who deserve to speak. They are the only ones who deserve to vote. So I might be away from home. I'm not in Zambia, but I can promise the praise singers to say in 2026, I will travel from where I am and vote. I've never voted my whole life, but this time around I'll vote.
Very good.
Okay?
Make
so
sure you register as a voter,
nonsense.
by the way. Before
I
that,
will register.
Before that, make sure you register as a voter. Please make sure.
Yes, I will. Because, today I was talking to my mom. I saw a video that Queen Cobra sent. I asked my mom, like, what's going on? Why are they treating this man as if he's a criminal? No, this is not a Zambia. I mean, I was born in 1996, and I've never seen such a thing. Not anyway. Why should they when I look at Zimbabwe and I look at Zambia, I used to say we're better than Zimbabwe, but as of now, I think Zimbabwe is better than Zambia.
Absolutely.
And they expect us to be smiling. They expect us to be praising HH for what? What has HH done? Commissioning a pit Latin. And we should be proud of that in the 3 years, in all honesty. No, my president. And those people who call to say stupid stuff, please be cutting them. It's frustrating. Now imagine people who are experiencing all those load shedding, hunger, the crisis. How do they feel? It's more like they're mocking people. And it doesn't feel good. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Bye. Hello. Hello.
Mr. Taylor, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, I'm calling you from Zambia.
Yes, sir.
Just wanted to comment on the pressing of the UPNT guys. I don't know if they think that they're the only ones who are educated and Zambians we are not judging, we cannot see anything. Maybe in Zambia we have become zombies. We just hear whatever they're going to say, yes sir, no. I think now, as Zambians we need to stand up and do something that is right. I think this is what they were saying, that we didn't have independence, but for now, we don't have independence, we're not independent. We are all struggling, things are hard. We need to fight and pray, as you have said. We need to go back to our knees and pray. We should take these things seriously, because as you have said, the deaths and things that are happening, it's not normal. It's not normal. We need to pray. We need to seriously pray. And let God hear us, because we cannot depend on our leaders anymore. We should depend on us as Zambians, because even clergymen, they are now affected. We have to pray seriously for our country, Zambia, and for our president, Israel.
It's true. Even the clergymen.
That's what I wanted to say.
Just before you go, there is no time when the clergy was so disrespected than this time.
Yes.
I mean, where we are coming from, even during the time of Hakainde, we never saw the disrespect that is on the
Yeah,
clergy.
yeah.
Look how they are being abused on social media, by the so-called press
Very
whatever.
much.
See how they are being intimidated by the police. Now you can't go on the
I was
pulpit.
surprised, Mr. Tali, to hear that preacher from Seventh Day who preached about in Copperbelt, who preached that time that what are you going to point at you PNT guys? I was surprised that he's no longer a pastor in Seventh Day.
You telling me?
That's how far it has gone.
You
That's
telling
what
me?
I heard.
Serious?
Yes, and I heard it from one of the Seventh Day guys.
You can imagine. And
so it's not easy. They're all scared, and even the church is scared.
Yes.
So we need to stand up and pray.
Yeah. No, thank you very much.
No, have a blessed night, sir.
Thank you. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yes, how are you?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah. Concerning what's going in Zambia, I really don't understand what the judges are going to rule because from what I'm not a lawyer, from what I've read through, they're saying the Constitutional Court cannot review its judgment because there has to be finality to it.
Yes.
So, assuming they review their judgment, they change now, then tomorrow Edgar Lungu goes back and says, no, they erred and they changed the judges. Then again, they must change the ruling again.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why they even had to hear this matter, because they should have just dismissed it in the first place. Yeah, because there was no need. Even if they're gonna rule, I'm sure even if HH has got a hand in them, but I'm sure their hands are tied. That's why they couldn't even make a judgment today, because obviously they were under pressure to make it. There's no way you make submissions and make the judgment at the same time.
Yeah.
If you saw what Shua wrote, he was one of the people that complained to say he took Edgar Lungu to court to say he's not eligible for contesting 2021.
Yes.
But he said the court ruled to say you can't, he can stand. Now Shua is saying, even if though he was not happy with the judgment, he does not expect them to change their decision.
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly.
No, thank you very much.
So I don't know what the lawyers are doing.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello, President. President.
I am quiet.
Password in ECL.
Password in ECL. Lacuna must go.
Lacuna must go. 10 December. The judges, they know what they are supposed to do. They're just dilly-dallying. They know. Because this will cause a constitutional crisis in Zambia, and Zambia will be a laughing stock. So they know. But it's a rematch. Rematch is what we need. So we see whether he can beat him for the second time. Thank you, my President.
Thank you. We want a rematch. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. How are you?
No, I'm okay, thank you.
Yeah, we want to appreciate for the work you are doing for this nation, Zambia. We are no longer safe in this nation.
No.
People don't understand what we have in the State House. We are having something that we can't even describe. What is happening in this country now has never happened before. There is this fear this government is trying to put on the face of people that you can't express yourself, you can't speak anything unless praising them. And to make it more worse, I'm so disappointed with Dr. Nevers Mumba. That man's supposed to be the one advising Mr. Hakainde. But he is the man who is crapping for him. It is straightforward here. Edgar Lungu lost to Hakainde in 2021 with a difference of 1 million votes. Why are they afraid of allowing him to be on the ballot paper in 2026?
Imagine.
Why are they scared of the person they won election? He was a sitting president. They are to whitewash him.
1 million votes.
Now this time around, it's them holding the pattern of power. Let them allow him to stand. And again, whitewash him. They must not waste time of making the country go through this kind of tension, police all over. When we have got load shedding, the price of commodities is high. Instead of focusing on how they can juice some of these things, they're just wasting time, moving around while there is ceremony. They are there making speeches, taking pictures like this is the first time they have seen the plane, or I don't know the camera. I don't understand them. So please continue what you are doing for this nation. Otherwise, we are doomed.
Sure. Thank you very much.
We just need God to intervene.
Yes, God has to intervene. Thank you.
Otherwise, we are doomed as a nation.
Yeah. Okay, let me take this one as the last call. Hello? Hello?
Hello, President Tayari.
Yes, good evening.
How are you?
I'm good.
I just want to remind the listeners that we can be talking, but if you have not registered, we are fighting a losing battle. Let's go and register so that we can vote. And let's not be discouraged with this thing that's happening in the courts. We know how we're going to fight. We'll fight it in the ballot. If ECL is not in that ballot, we'll have another project 2026, Lucana out. We're going to make sure that Lucana and the Stooges leave. They need to leave. We can't have them in the next government. No. Zambians have suffered enough. We have men of God who we used to respect when I never spoke. But there are people who are supposed to be reconciling HH and Lungu, but they're the ones who are showing hatred. A man of God? Really?
Imagine.
What is going on in Zambia? It saddens me. Abantu balechula, but we're busy mocking ECL, having such large people, army people, somebody who doesn't even have a whip at court. It's the first time that we're seeing such things. This is where you see the hatred of UPND. They are not a party that loves people. They're a party that hates people. They need to go. That's my message. Zambians, you go out and register. We need to vote out these lacunas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Lacuna must go. And indeed, you must register as voters. I think I'm ending here. I'm sorry. I know phone calls keep coming, but I have to leave because this is the challenge. Now I need to prepare myself, to go to church. So what I'll be doing is that I'll be skipping a day because today I haven't slept. When I do this, for me to do this program, I basically don't sleep. So I'll be skipping a day so that I can have, I don't sleep, but then the following day I sleep. Then I come back the other day. So today, Kuno, it's already for in Zambia, it is still Monday. Kuno, it's already Tuesday. So I will not have the program tonight, but I will have it instead. Anyway, I'll be skipping a day. So today I've done, tomorrow I'm not going to do it, so that I can recoup the energies and then do the program the following day. So I'll be skipping the dates unless something really comes up and I have to talk, then I'll be doing that. But I'll be skipping a day in between for me to come somehow recover, because I just basically don't sleep when I do this program. So that is what will be happening. So I'll be skipping a date, but I'll keep on informing you just in case something comes up. I need to talk about it. I'll be coming out. For now, I say thank you very much for the participation, but I want to encourage you that don't despair. God is in control. What is happening in Zambia? No. It's not right. It's not right. There's something wrong there, and God will intervene. Don't despair. God is going to intervene, and we will be liberated. Let us pray. 18th October is coming. Let us go out in numbers this time. It is not a day for Hakainde Ichilema. It's a national day of prayer. But this time around, we are going to pray on the 18th of October with a special intention. That special intention is to pray for our country. What we are going through is too much. We want to call upon God to intervene in our lives. God to intervene, and when we talk about to intervene in our lives, we're talking about intervening, in the leadership, in the judges, in Edgar Lungu, and everything else, including Hakainde Ichilema. And let us pray for Edgar Chagwalungu, because Edgar Chagwalungu, we can say whatever we want. That man has grace. That man has grace. Let us pray for him. Let us thank God for him. Let us pray for his good health. And let us pray that through Edgar Lungu, God will liberate us. Thank you very much. May God bless you, and may God bless Zambia. Good night.